Sorry for the delay. How did I set it up? Transition? Did this work? Hello! Sorry it took so long. Like I said in chat, I'm not late. You guys were just early. So, oh fuck, I got... Give me 1 second. Oh, there's the button. Okay. I changed my OBS profile and I couldn't find a button. But we're Gucci. Hi. Hi, everyone. Hi, McNuggernuts. I saw you became a member. Thank you so much. Hi, Sherry. So today, which was supposed to be yesterday, but I had to run some errands and some more than I thought I needed to do. And it was so hot. It's still hot. That's why I'm late. I had to walk the dog like right before stream. And I was so sweaty. So I was like, I'll just start stream. And hit like the starting soon screen and then just mute up and get everything else ready. I didn't even have my full lunch yet. But yeah, here we are. My first stream as a YouTube partner. So I'm very curious to how that's gonna be. So I genuinely, if you're watching, and you can leave feedback in Discord or like DM or in chat about the ads, because I have no idea. I'm happy to have a chill stream to watch, but I'm trying not to die yet. I'm also trying not to die, but I'm on stream. Also, we got emotes now for those that are members. Not many. Like for every few members we get, we unlock another slot, not shot. Jesus, it's 1 p.m. Ezzy. Why are you thinking about drinks? But yeah, apparently you can upload animated emotes. However, they don't show up animated in chat. So this is I just renamed this one Omega Lol because it just got stuck on this frame. Which, to be fair, it's works. So yeah. But yeah, we're going to dive into some AstraLine lore. I really wanted to do it yesterday, but it was just I couldn't. I don't have the money, sadly. Don't worry, Kamito. That's completely fine. I think... Did I add the emotes to the Discord? It should be in Discord. At least. Best frame anyway? Exactly. Oh, that one... Oh, it is on Discord, but it's just got pop because it's imported from Twitch. Oh, so it's... Okay, so because I only have those emotes imported from Twitch, the Discord users that aren't subscribed cannot use them. That's something I need to fix. I'm sorry, chat. But yeah, that emote was made by Sherry, the one and only Sherry that I met last Monday, which is great. Yeah, I'm riding on a high right now. It's like from last week, from Saturday. No, actually earlier that week when Mary first said that he had a big announcement, and then they announced AstraLine. Ever since then, I've been riding also like adrenaline rush. And like yesterday and the day before, it kind of like I came crashing down from that rush. Was still being busy, so I was like, oh, not great. So yeah, we had the announcement of AstraLine, then we got a lore trailer, then we got the actual debuts, which I watched in full on Raylis' channel, another YouTuber that does VTuber lore. He was actually a big inspiration for what I do now. So I watched his watch along, which was really funny because apparently, for some reason, he knew about this for a long time. He also knew about the lore and had early access to very early versions of the lore videos. So he had knowledge, which is really interesting because he could actually give like commentary on it because he had already like watched every video like 5 times or something at least for his own videos. Like he makes shorts mostly, like summing up someone's lore in like a minute or less. So he had those ready to go. So every time someone like their debut started and the lore video was done playing, he just pressed publish. So he had just 5 videos at once. And people in the comments actually thought like, oh, you're fast. And he's like, as if I didn't have those preloaded. That's great. Give them to you next time too. I said, yo, Mary, hi. No, okay. So Mary, this time around, I was actually glad I didn't have access because then everything was a surprise and I could just ride on the high. That was so fun. Like I don't think I've felt excited for something as much as for AstraLine in like a long time. And hi Mary, how are you doing? I saw you beat the cockroach. That was very interesting. So for the Trash Taste fans here, do you remember Garn's cockroach story? Take the essence of that and apply that to Mary just early. You have to watch the VOD, Mary. That was so, it was so funny because we couldn't see anything, we just had sound. And like sometimes your model moved. That was so funny. That was so genuinely funny. He didn't kill the roach, he just trapped it. Is Mary the roach or the mousepad? Man, that roach almost won. That's like... Yeah. What we're gonna do is... Hey, you cannot bark, you're not on your dog account. So, plan. I have none. Okay, so we're gonna just go and watch the videos. See what I've like got going while playing. Like I found some boss a lot. And then we dive a little bit deeper. I so wished I'd taken notes while with the debuts. But I was like, I was just, I don't know. There were just too many things that distracted me. I don't know if any of you watched the debuts, but it started with Lumi. And she has this creature called Mr. Finland. We will see it in the lore videos. That thing had me wheezing, laughing for like 5 minutes straight. And I couldn't... I was so distracted. And then there's also a certain owl boy that I've grown to love a lot in this last week. So that also distracted me. Yeah, AstraLine has its own YouTube channel. I will watch the lore videos in order of like release because I think that's important for people that want to. Yes, the channel. Mr. Underhill. Okay, so that's another owl boy, but that owl boy doesn't give me brain rot. Like I've got 2 tea-sipping owlmans in my life now. And it's becoming a problem. It's like if I had a nickel for every time I learned about a VTuber that was an owl that had like an owl and a cup of tea as their Oshi mark, I'd have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice. And also in like the span of like 6 months or something. Good thing I'm a boba guy. Oh, I actually... Okay, so I'm pretty sure you didn't mean that, but I had boba tea for the first time on Monday. And like... My world expanded. That was a very strange experience. I think... I was thinking... Like, I was afraid to try it because I have... like texture issues with food. But... Turns out that those little balls you have in boba tea, if you have balls and liquid in your mouth, okay, it was all innuendos on Monday, and Max absolutely fucking hated me, but that was funny. If you have both in your mouth, you don't realize you have the balls until you start chewing. So I understand why people start choking on them. Like, at first I was like, are you just stupid? You know they're in there, right? Because I thought they'd be all slimy, but no, you don't even realize. Are you a boy? No. I know your other question. Also, no. That's a whole other thing. No, it was actually, I was just trying to like explain my experience first time drinking boba tea, and it kept getting worse. It kept getting worse. Like I said, Rogue, no. Before you ask something else, I think you boy. It's fine, Gabito. I don't have any mods, I realize. I do have mods, but they're not here. One of them is asleep, I think. Oh my god, that's cute. Okay. I'm getting distracted. But yeah, I was trying to just explain my experience. And it just, I don't know. It just kept getting worse. Like, every time I tried to correct myself, the innuendos became more... Like, I'm actually saying it out loud, less of an innuendo. So that's, let me be mod. No, Kamito, you don't need to. I'm fine right here. Yeah, but... Time to watch lore. Hello, music? Music just died. Oh, for the people that are curious with the music, let me show you. It's Raylis's Cat Records, copyright-free BGM, and it's really good, and I actually like it. Oh god, you're non-binary. There you go. I can't hear it though. You cannot hear it? Is it so low? I'm sorry. I thought you could. Oh, this one is good. Look at him, look at him. Look at him. He's just dancing. Let me paste the link to that also in the chat. Jeez, that... can I... How does this work? Ah, the moderation buttons are behind something. Okay, wait. Okay, so... There we go. That should have done something. And then do this. Did that do anything? Oh, you can hear it, not you can. Okay. I'm getting used to YouTube. What's wrong with your stream? It's sometimes buffered and sometimes it doesn't. I don't know. Stream health? Stream is healthy. It's not on my end. Smooth for you? Okay, good. Yeah, that's, You know, first I was proud of that guy that he figured it out because I just like people figuring it out, and then it just went 0 to 100 really quick. Problem in your end? Yeah, very likely. I also stream in ultra low latency. That might be a problem. Let me get this set up. Wait, how about... Okay, wait, before we do that, how about we go over my video first, my predictions, and see what I was right about. I forgot this video is 60 minutes long. I'm not gonna watch myself for 16 minutes. So what did I... Okay, let's just go over it. And I don't know. It'd just be YouTube constantly changing the video quality or something, yeah. I'm still not used to calling you Day, so I'm just gonna say your name instead. That's completely fine. Like, I understand. Like, one of my best friends keeps fucking up, and it's so funny because I don't even hear it most of the time. But he catches it immediately. And like, it becomes a thing because usually I'm in a VC with multiple people, and just so funny. It's so funny. I shouldn't laugh, but it's so funny. Okay, so here we have my video. So I just want to see what I remember saying. So what did I say about... We might as well just watch it. One thing I was right about is that the debut order, the lore order, was important. But I feel like if they chose a different debut order, they would have made the lore work that way. That's still possible. Well, at least the fact that Mary was last made sense. Like, I was right. Like, look at this chapter here. Look at this chapter. I was right about that, though. I was right about Mary turning evil. So I'm gonna say that as a plus for me. So what do I remember? Okay, so what I thought about Nick was just wrong because I didn't have enough background knowledge about what he did on YouTube. Like, I thought he was just minding his own business, and like reality broke apart and he was like suddenly in a different place, or like reality changed in front of his eyes. That's what I originally thought. But that wasn't the case. Like, he voluntarily went to the other world where reality was breaking. I was right about Fredrik using his human body to fully understand how human storytelling works. I was right about that. I think I said something about Valhalla like going away because people stopped believing in it, and like the history about it was lost, which I think the gist of that was also correct. I don't even remember what I said about Mr. Finland, but I just love this guy. The one videos, they started strong with Lumi, which I think was smart. Lumi's debut was so chaotic, I love it. And I was wrong about the creature in the library. We'll see that in a second, but it was not like... I thought maybe like that creature was like a manifestation of something that was bending reality. The creature was a manifestation, but not of what I thought it was. Let's see. So for this, what was on the stone, I thought it was already written on the stone, but it's something that Nick wrote. That was wrong. And yeah, this art piece was altered. I was right about Mary turning evil. And that was why he wasn't in the video. Only his voiceover. Of course, it was partially to not reveal his outfit, but that would also reveal the plot point. Okay, so my predictions based on just the trailer were actually solid. That's good. Are you gonna make a video for this? Yes or no? Yes, I'm gonna make a video for this. Oh, that's not what I wanted to show. Where is OBS? Yes, I am recording, so that's good. Now I need to know whether I actually have the space to record. This might be a long stream. It's so hot in here. Jesus Christ. Let's see. This PC. Oof. Ooh. Let me delete something. Let's see. This is all. Let's see. Delete this all. How's that? That's better. Enough. I realized I had a lot of is it Ezzydesu stash? Well, if you think about dojins as wait, Jesus Christ. As Aramouse thoughts, then yes. I've got a few too many of them. So I need to delete a few to make sure that I have every bit of space that I need. I think okay, so sorry for the delays in this as well, but I might. Oh, yeah, obviously I still have. Okay, yes. I still had a few too many VODs from her subathon on my PC. Like 6 days worth of. Oh no, it's more. It's more. Oh no. Okay. Of course I don't have space. Of course I don't have space. Is this fixed now? It's fixed now. Okay, great. I've got like 1 terabyte. I can record this entire stream. Let's freaking go. I'm sorry about that. Okay. Is my camera centered? I don't understand why I look so blue, by the way. And it's not the fact that it's trying to balance out with the background light. What's this? It's a comb. Where's my phone? Here's my phone. I don't understand why it's so blue. I don't understand why it's so blue. Oh god, what? I haven't. Okay, have I tweeted out I'm live? I have tweeted. Okay, so the actual AstraLine account just posted that I'm live, and now I feel pressured. I need to fix the lighting. Oh, it's better? There. I just poked something. Okay, well. It fixed itself? It looks weird. I want to do it good so I have a good recording, okay? I don't understand why it's so blue. Isaki! Oh, come in. Okay, so if I pick a different color... Does it change anything? So if I take blue... Oh, it actually becomes better. It's 7:50 a.m. Okay, I'm sorry, Mara. It's... Congrats, thank you. You know? Oh. I forgot that my camera isn't... mirror. God. Okay, so... Oh my god. Why did I touch my hair? I hate that. Not your fault, I have class at 9:30. Ooh. Okay, so I'll just fix it in post because now everything is blue. So I can just get rid of the blue. Otherwise it will just... Okay, it'll be fine. Where is the music? Makes you cooler. Great, fantastic. Okay, so Lumi, Nick, Alfhilde, Fredrik, Lucius. Okay, yeah, that's good.
Excuse me?
Hey, why is it playing? Shouldn't happen. I have no idea what the volume is gonna be. So I kind of want to have this max so I can just adjust it with this. Okay, so how's this? Okay. This should be good. Are you guys ready? We're gonna watch. Oh, I'm almost out of water. Okay, I'm gonna get more water before we start because otherwise I have to go away like middle of the thing. Give me 1 second. Okay, hello. I'm sorry. There are a bit more people here than I expected to be here, so I'm a bit nervous. Okay, I'm gonna try and chill. See if I'm in the middle of the screen. I sit down again. Also, I'm zoomed in too much. You cannot see my tiny Mary. Look at him. Look at him. He's so cute. Yeah, this is good placement. Yes. Tiny Mary. Okay, here we go. Okay, Lumi's lore. The first one of the debuts. I'm so excited. I love this lore so much. Why is it buffering? Hello? Okay, well. It's a tiny loom. She's so cute. Look at Grandma Loom. That stare just gets me every time. Look at how cozy that house looks. Happy little Loom. That dress looks so good on her. This is still heartbreaking.
It's a new day, Vitusatana! Ow! But first, breakfast. Time to go hunt. Ow! Good morning,
Lumi's
Grandma.
owls
I'll
are
keep
so
in the best version of myself
cute.
today as well. Ow! Mita sweet tuha.
This looks so ominous. Ah! Look at her kicking ass.
Oh no! Are you okay? Where are you
Mr.
from?
Finland!
You're a strange one. I've never met someone like you before.
Nice!
How about we get you home? Wherever that is. You just need to make a sound when we are going to the right direction.
Ah. It's just wheezing.
It. Let's go, buddy!
It's literally just wheezing that it makes. Wait! That animation from the door is also in Nick's lore video several times. I didn't notice it, that's funny.
Excuse me?
Also, look, they're little Mr. Finlands in armor. Look at how cute they are. I like how it establishes that there's more than one Mr. Finland, or at least whatever that species is called. It's so cute!
I'm here to return something of yours.
Ah, a visitor. Welcome to my hall. White hair, and a wolf tail and ears. You must be Lumi, right? Your grandma told me plenty of you.
Hey, that's actually interesting. So, like, he already knew her grandma. So I assume her grandma did her job before her. But is it like a lineage thing? Like, maybe her grandma's grandma did it before her? Interesting.
So, it appears you're having a problem with your own forest, Lumi.
There seems to be something like that.
Mr. Finland is so funny.
This has never happened before. Or maybe it has. I don't know.
Well, worry not. These halls are safe. As long as the blue flame flickers, shadows cannot touch this place.
Okay, so blue flames are important.
They are ancient beings, I suppose.
I like how, like, the ancient tree nature god person doesn't even know what the Mr. Finland creatures are. Like, oh, they're just ancient beings, I think. Yeah, that's... I've no idea either. They were here before me.
Once, like you and I. But they fell long ago. Now they feed on grief and love.
Oh, wait, he wasn't talking about the Mr. Finland thing. He was just... I misunderstood. It's just the shadow creatures. I'm so distracted by Mr. Finland because he's just so funny. And I also think it would be so funny if we got like a life-sized Mr. Finland Dakimakura, because he's already long, right? So that's funny. Yeah, I know, Mary. I'm just so distracted by the little guy. It's so cute. Just look at the face.
Grief? Loneliness?
Your grandmother was a caretaker of these woods. And now, you must take up this mantle. But you cannot, so long as you remain like this.
No.
But how can I stop it? I'm completely okay by myself. I don't know where to start.
This is a curse, which many people like you experience. Let's see. You. Take him with you. Maybe he can teach you a thing or two. You see, this little one has a very peculiar ability.
An ability?
I'm just so distracted by that guy. I just love him.
He can lead you where you need to be led.
I'm sorry, Lumi, but it's so funny.
Let me here.
And you already made a friend, did you not? There's much for you to still learn, Lumi. For now, go.
Tapio? Where did you go? Are you telling me to follow you? Wait!
No, it's just the noise are killing me. I just can't. I can't.
What is this place?
Oh, look, it's Mary's kingdom. Whatever's left of it.
So I was not the only one led here.
Hello, Fredrik.
Who are you?
So when I was watching this live, this was like a really interesting part. Because you could already tell, like, oh, every video is gonna, it's some way or another, I could drive them to the castle. And then, obviously, the end is gonna be whatever's at the castle. But I like how they're already connecting it so early on. And especially because Fredrik's lore was the second to last one, so like the last one before Mary's. So to see him already show up, like it actually made it feel like an entire event, you know? Gotta make a challenge out of try not to laugh at Mr. Finland's wheeze. Oh, okay. So I got a story. Let me find that. Okay. I need to go to my Twitter. Oh wait, I've got a screenshot here. Wait, give me 1 second. Because I was just laughing. I was just laughing so hard. So I posted a screenshot because I was just loving Mr. Finland. And like Mr. Finland actually came on Lumi stream at the live CD model voice acted. So I was just like, okay, I love this guy. This is too good. And then I saw that Mary posted my screenshot like a minute after. So I messaged him and he was like, I was too busy voice acting Mr. Finn. I was like, that makes sense. Do you see why I was distracted and couldn't take any notes or record myself during this during the debut? I was just distracted from Mr. Finn. I even so like the it's just brain rot at this point. Mr. Finn has the finest legs I've ever seen in a while. Yeah, and he proves that you don't need to shave your legs to look good. Just look at him. He's adorable. Oh, I'm so it's just, yeah. Let's go back to the videos. Move over and tray up. Mr. Finland is my Oshi. Yes. The fact he's so small is the greatest. Oh, okay. It looks stupid in a cute way. Yeah, but that's the point. Okay, let's continue watching the video. Oh, God.
I'm guessing something similar to you.
Oh, let me,
So I was not the only one led here.
Huh? Who are you?
I'm guessing something similar to you.
What is happening in this place? I've never seen anything like this.
This is a human delusion. And it's destroying our world.
Huh?
look at how scared she is. I feel so bad for her. Yeah. It may sound weird, but seeing like the same names pop up at the credits all the time is just like a sense of comfort. It's like, yeah, obviously they're involved. Because they're always. Also, Nick voice acted Tapio? I was wondering why it sounded familiar. Okay, that's good. That's good shit. Look at it. Lucius Merryweather's Mr. Finn. Like, obviously. Like, who else? Who else? Tapio is the tree giant. About which I have something else to say, but I want to leave that to a later video. I think it's Alfhilde's. Oh, this is great. So that was Lumi's lore, which I thoroughly enjoyed. And I like how it just eased you into what was going on, but still laying a proper foundation of everyone else. And also putting Lumi as the first debut was also great because she was doing karaoke and at some point she was just T-posing and singing Eurobeat music. And that it was chaotic. It was fantastic. It was... I don't know. It just felt good and it kind of broke the ice for everything. Lumi's lore has more important details than people generally notice. Yeah, and I plan on going over everything a bit more detailed in a bit. But I want to watch everything first. Just also to refresh my memory and so everyone else is up to date. Nick Nocturne basically demolished my ranking for male VTubers instant. Can you hear that? I think that was like, what do you call it? It's like a jet fighter? I just... Why is there a jet fighter here? What's going on? Ezzy stream lore is just like Ezzy video lore, consistent content quality goals. Yeah, once I'm in the flow, I can do it. But I was scuffed at the start. I love watching you. Thank you, Mary. I love you. You're so adorable and sweet, and it's okay. Next one. Yeah, Nick Nocturne just surprised me, and it was okay. I'll tell you after we watch this lore video. Everything fine? Okay, yes.
Korkapat, this is Tantamil. Is Mustaphalis prepared for visitation?
Okay, so quick fun fact is that apparently those nicknames are from the musical Cats. And the only reason I found out is because Raylis told me. I kind of figured they had a relationship. But like... funny, I think. It fits because they're talking about a demon cat. Playing NATO drills? I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing over the Netherlands, but like, okay. Hey, Polkia, welcome in.
Tantamil, this is Korkapat receiving. Stopheles is awakened.
Oh wait, let me. So I don't have to include that in the actual video. I didn't even know that. Sorry. Okay, that's funny. That you had to learn something about your own lore.
Korkapat, this is Tantamil. Is Mustaphalis prepared for visitation?
Tantamil, this is Korkapat receiving. Stopheles is awake and informed.
How's his mood?
Improving.
Let's hope that keeps.
For your sake, yeah. Approach is cleared.
What I like about Nick's lore is that at first, especially if there's no context, you would not think it's related to anything VTubers whatsoever. You just think it's like some sort of, I don't know, something else, you know? And it fits him to just be like, yeah, I'll just do my own thing. Nick wrote the first draft. Yeah, but I assume that he might have like told you like, hey, I'm proud of this joke or something. But no, okay, that's makes sense. Never get tired of hearing Mary lore altogether. It's really an art. Yeah, for real though. Just looks like an indie horror game.
Best of luck, Tantamil.
No, but for actually, how it starts, it could have been an indie horror game. It feels like the premise of an indie horror game, which makes it even better in all regards.
Are you there?
Nightmind. That's Nick's channel, by the way.
There you are, Doc.
Hello, it's
I
the Freddy
missed
boy.
you.
Feeling well, Nick.
I am. I can help you feel well too, if you're down for it.
Business only.
It's that line is even better because his first voice tweet was about, like, I think he said like baby girl or something. He was flirting with his followers when he just made his VTuber account. So it makes sense. It's so funny.
Suit yourself. Well then, did you enjoy the rain on the way in? The scent of petrichor is delightful, isn't it?
I could smell it from the hallway. You know you can get mold from letting the rain in, right?
But don't you think that would just add to the aesthetic of this place?
I also
Bubbles in
don't
the
think
wallpaper,
mold
a
would
touch of
really
black mold here and there.
I'm
affect
not
the
fond of
demon.
health hazards, Nick. I'm already stuck supervising a demon who insists on playing furry monster.
Ah, silly little humans. You're just so reluctant to relate to anything different to you. Never fails to disappoint me. Oh, look, friends. The incredible hairless ape. How does he do it? Is this easier on the eye, I wonder?
Yes, Nick. It's indeed easier on the eye because you're hot as shit.
Is this what you're into?
Nick.
Gaze upon it in all its unremarkable glory. A regular dude. How magnificent. Yeah, this is hot.
Nick.
Doc, you know I enjoy helping your cute after-school club get into all sorts of scary shenanigans. It's a fun pastime. We've had some laughs, spilled some blood. But do not for a moment assume your quaint containment procedures or attempts to control me are beyond my awareness. I am not like you, and I'm not like the rest of your menagerie. And while I may bravely
cannot take him
pretend to be
seriously.
as you are, I implore you to understand that your world is fleeting. The horrors that lurk in planes of reality your human mind is incapable of comprehending would send you into depths of despair. You think you seem scary. An interdimensional cat with 4 eyes is among the lightest
He's so serious. I cannot take it seriously.
Are you going to do this every time I show up?
I just love how self-aware this Laura is, and she is like, Nick, I'm tired of your shit. We do this every time. We've known each other for years. Just why? I like that. It's so. It just adds to it, you know, because having it be as serious as he tries it to be is like one thing that's really cool. But then to add the self-awareness, I like it. That's great. Also, shut up, Eve. Is my intrusive thoughts for real, for real? I've resigned myself to the fact that having a hot character be a furry doesn't make them less hot. Mary's just Stephen King weebified. So, like, Mary can write, but you can clearly tell that Nick had his hand in these as well. Because there's like... Okay, so I am not always great with words describing fiction and what I like about things, but I go from vibes. And there's a vibe when Mary is involved, but there's clearly a secondary vibe in this. Like, it's both in there. Is that weird? This conversation is literally my intrusive thoughts and my regular brain function together interacting. Yeah, it's literally VTuber brain rot. This is the third vibe? What? Okay, so if Mary is one and Nick is the other, what's almost the third? Ah, it's great. How far behind is everyone, by the way? Because sometimes I feel like your replies are how do you call it, a bit late? What's my vibe? Again, I'm bad with like words surrounding that. It's just a vibe I get. So like sometimes I watch something and it's still by your studio, but it's not written by you. Like there are a few of them, and I can just tell. I think it was Sense is one that was written by someone else. I don't know. But it, like, okay, so I have this thing. Okay, let me. I have this thing where I associate certain colors with things, just like the what color is maths thing, you know? I do that with a lot of things. For the record, I think maths is light blue. Not like baby blue, but like light blue. And then what was dark blue? English is dark blue. But I associate like a green color with you. But like it's a green main color, but like a bluish green outer vibe. And sometimes it's blue, depending on how old it is. But with Nick, it's purple, which is kind of funny because it's almost exactly the same color as his Oshu color. That's like how far I can describe the vibes, okay? You lost me at yeah, that's just bear with me. That's comfy? Yeah, it is very comfy. It's like a really like soothing and warming, but also in a neutral color that can like go in any direction. I can see that, Ezzy, you're right. Okay, thank you. At least I'm not... Look, it might actually just be the autism talking. It's just... Let's continue watching. Isn't that a thing though, that people associate things with colors, synesthesia or something? Yeah, but that's like they see colors with like words, and like every word has a color. For me, I don't have that. I just have like general concepts. I get you though. Okay, you're not off. They delightful and naturally complement each other. Okay, good. Like green leaves, blue sky. Yeah, it's just it's good. I'm autistic too, so you might be smoking the same pipe. Okay, let's continue watching this. Let's go back like 5 seconds. I think I have ways I do plot progression and dialogue that's easy to recognize. Maybe that might just be it. I don't know. It's really good and I like it. It's exactly the type of writing I like. So maybe that's why I drawn to your stuff. It wasn't your barking, it was just your writing. Okay, that was a weird sentence.
In your own world.
Are you going to do this every time I show up?
You know I enjoy our dynamic. So,
I like him so much.
Why are you here?
I want you to take a look at something.
Let me guess. YouTube videos filled with spooky upside-down binary codes. I still get middle school kids tucking my sleeve over this stuff. Half of it's redacted, as usual. You and I need to work on our trust issues, hon.
You're a literal demon, my guy.
We started picking up on these readings at increased frequencies a few weeks back.
A few weeks ago? How far back was the first noticeable elevation?
March of 2022.
When they dropped, like, as close to an exact date as possible as that, I immediately went Googling. So, the first thing I found is that Merry debuted his fanboy model in that month. Which is also the first one of the 3 forms he debuted that is in his lore, which I heard is still canon and was kind of like building up to this because Fred was in the last video of that. And even though this might not be planned from back then, it's just like look back at it. Because Merry is the problem in everything. His delusions are the problem. And I assume that like him splitting in 3 different personas are part of the delusion. So the start of that, when he became Fanboy Merry, instead of like the Merry Prime, which is how we call the old model in the lore, that's where it started. And then someone else sent me a video. Okay, wait. What did Natalie send? Natalie sent me a video that was posted back then. Which she thought had lore significance. But I just laughed about it because it was just funny. As the out of context, Mary is the problem. Okay, Mary is the cause of a lot of brain rot. That I admit. Okay, so this video was posted March 5th, 2022. This was probably one of the first teasers of his Ikemari model. Is the sound? Just listen to what he says, okay? I promise this is not lore related. It's just funny.
I was having a conversation with your mother yesterday.
So like it's like I was like going through Wikipedia pages and everything, trying to pinpoint everything, and my friend just saw it like, oh, so Mary's your mama joke was just part of it. I'm like, I don't think that exactly is part of it, but it's just that I assume it's kind of like a hint at something. Mary, do you even remember this? But yeah, that's what I like figured out, is that he first debuted his fanboy model back in that month. He also teased Ikemari. The uncle model he debuted like April 1st of that year, I believe. So that's when it all started, at least about that. So considering Mary's trilogy lore, which is all about those three forms, is kind of like a prequel to AstraLine lore. I assume that's what they meant with it. It might not even be that intentional. It might be something completely else. But that's what that's what I picked up on. I remember Mary your mom joke is lore very serious.
Weeks ago? How far back was the first noticeable elevation?
March of 2022. We've witnessed fluctuations since then, but intervals were much longer.
This is not what you usually ask me to help with.
We know you understand when something is leaning too far in one direction. Percentages are concerning compared to the usual movement of the tide, but until we see what it's related to, we can't call threat assessment. What can you tell me?
Summerlands.
What?
Doctor, I think you should leave. I've got some thinking to do.
Nick, I need to know what you know.
Just leave me with the files. I need to cross-reference if I'm going to help you make a case.
Not until you give me your thoughts. Nick?
I told you to leave.
Tantamil, I've engaged emergency containment protocols.
I like how she's just not impressed whatsoever. Like, at all. Like, that implies that that had happened before. I don't... I just noticed that Nick has 2 sets of ears. Oh yeah, he does. Like, the funny thing is that he went from having 1 set of ears and 4 eyes to 2 eyes but 4 ears. Well, he became a human.
Stand down, Corkapat.
Tantamil,
I said stand down. Nick, I don't know why you're reacting like this, but you can talk to me about it. I'm your friend.
Right. Friend. Sorry. You deserve better.
Aw,
To tell you the truth, I do care about this world.
you got soft on
I
us.
can never be fully a part of it, but I enjoy it nonetheless. What you found... You made the right call bringing it to me. But there isn't time for protocol. It's been too long as it is. I need to find a way to fix this.
Being vague isn't helping us.
I'm sorry, but you gave him a redacted document. There's no way she is lecturing him on being vague and not giving details. Well, you literally wanted his help and gave him a redacted document. He literally said most of it is redacted. They didn't even say what kind of fluctuations. Maybe that's implied because they had talks about that before. But like, the hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. Okay.
Do you have any leads on activity anywhere suggesting the cause for fluctuations?
Reports turn up nothing across the band. No usual suspects, or even new leads.
Then being vague is all I can give you until I see what's going on. Someone did something bad.
That someone is Mary.
That much I can tell. And if immediate action is not taken to rectify it...
What?
I'm asking you to trust me right now. You need a threat assessment, right? I'm going to do what I do best, real quick. You won't even miss me. Understand?
Nick, you can't leave. We have containment procedures in place.
Silly humans. Give this to the higher-ups. They'll know what to do. It should buy us a few weeks, and if I'm gone longer than 5 minutes, I'm getting the blame, not you.
A few weeks?
Now, while it has been lovely as always to have you visit, Doc, I am afraid I must bid you farewell for now. I'll see you at the end of all this. Call it overtime.
He's so
and start
insufferable,
thinking of
but
my
it's so
bonus.
adorable.
Nick?
Look at him panic.
I'll be back to check on you, Nick. I'll deliver this.
I've seen a great many things in this life. By their calendar, it's been a couple centuries worth of experiences.
See? That's the door animation I was talking about. That was also in Lumi's video. I found it funny because it was such a different art style. And like it stood out because it's like an actual animation instead of like an animatic. But they just kept reusing it. Is it like an asset one of you like made or like bought somewhere and we're like, yeah, we're gonna make the most out of this because it's cool. The ethics committee is a joke for a reason. Ma'am, I need to leave for a bit to become a VTuber, but I'll be back soon. Oh, that's great.
Horrors beyond imagination. Beauty beyond
Look at all the
description.
books. They're so cool.
Humanity at its best and worst. Abominations from outside. Monsters from within. I've seen the very fabric of this reality stretch and warp around me in
I
every
love those
summoning I've ever
sigils.
been
They're
through.
so cool.
And I've already learned, when it comes to humanity, that they're most...
This might be like a very niche thing, but I find it like very attractive when a man like not only owns that many books, but like looks at it with so much like genuine interest. There might be a reason why I like Nick and Fred a lot. Let's continue.
destructive nature is born of delusion made manifest.
Oh, yeah, Sleepy Time, you're correct. Also, reappearance of the delusion made manifest line. Yep. Like, it's not really a spoiler if I just say, like, the entire problem is that Mary is delusional. He's literally Delulu. And that's causing issues. The lore will explain itself. But it's kind of cool that at different points and from different perspectives, multiple characters have figured that out. And it's like a thing that is like in recorded history, like recorded, what do you call it? Like, is it paranormal? Unfiction? Whatever. It's like, it's recorded something. It's like in the history of like events of this happening that delusions can cause stuff like this. However, this is on a big scale. But it's... I remember a similar line in Iron Master's lore video, blind faith made manifest. Oh, yeah, so like it's in a lot of things, ideas, emotions, feelings, vibes can just manifest into like beings or alter reality. In my video where I talked about the trailer, I mentioned that in anime, like in Jujutsu Kaisen, they have these things as cursed spirits, and they're not like spirits as in they're people that die and then corrupted, like in Bleach. It's like all the negative emotions like piled up, and eventually there was so much of it and it was so strong that it actually became a creature that can interact with the real world and harm people. most people cannot see them or what they actually like break, but they can still pick up on what they're doing. So the idea of an idea or an emotion being so strong or shared between a lot of people, creating something or altering reality is something that happens across a lot of fiction, and I quite like that idea. And there's like in the real world are like ideas about that happening as well. I had a podcast about that. I might go into that later, but like there are scientific researches about something like that being real, but on like a less fictional scale, of course. But it's still if like enough people think about something or believe into something, that there can actually be some reality created from that. I need to look that up. I'll do that later after we're done reacting to all this, okay? Let's continue. Sorry. I like that the house just glows. There we go. We found it.
A delusion made manifest to this extent
Look how panicked he is.
tear all realities apart.
Look at that. It's like crazy. It looks so cool. Wait, that reminds me of something.
Shit.
That's a great line. Bye, Mara. See you later. The door open animation gives me more horror game vibes. Yeah, it definitely does. This is great. So like, this shot here reminds me of something. Let me look that up. And I know that Mary might recognize it. It's very much possible that shot was inspired by it. So we have this game called World of Warcraft, where at some point, like we have this concept, it's called the Lich King, which is literally like the king of the undead. I hate squeaky toys. And the Lich King is always like, wears this like helmet with like magic imbued in it. And it was like the saying, there must always be a Lich King. And then a main character that we thought was gonna take up the mantle after the last Lich King died, just destroyed the helmet, thus creating a shattering between two types of realities. Like the actual world and like the Shadowlands, where all the dead people would go to. So like literally the sky shattered and you could see the Shadowlands as like a parallel world on the other side by just looking up. I wonder if there are more pictures. So like this is how it looks from a distance. And here you can actually see a reflection of a different citadel from the Shadowlands over there. I grew up with parents who played WoW. I played it for like 5 years. And then I couldn't play it because I became busy and the story wasn't great. Well, the story was still great. The execution of it in the game wasn't great. So yeah, you could literally like see the ceiling of our world, which is the sky, shattering and revealing the one on the other side. So you kind of see the same here, where this like the castle is in the Summerlands, and you can see that it's like in a way parallel to the actual world, because you can see the actual world in the sky by just looking up. And it's not like this exists in space, like not in that way, but it's like the barrier between the Summerlands, which is like I think a reality that either shouldn't exist, or Mary went to it and started corrupting it, but it seems to be separate from the actual world. My mom loves WoW lore and plays it too. Oh, I was so obsessed with WoW lore. So years ago, I was so obsessed with WoW lore, I created like a Discord community server and a Facebook group where we just discussed lore. I read so many of the WoW books, and I was obsessed. I still have a lot of books, and I kind of want to get back into it, especially as I missed out on several years of lore because I stopped playing somewhere in Shadowlands. I even got, at the time, the biggest WoW lore YouTuber to be part of that Discord. He wasn't very active, but it was really cool that he was in there. I don't know if you know him, but it's like Noble something. So I don't know. I just DM'd him. I was like 15, 16-year-old. Maybe subconsciously, but not intentionally. How far behind are you, Mary? Nice flex, yeah. But you can tell that like lore and stories has been in my system for like years. Mary made me think I was behind. I think Mary's just behind. It might have accidentally paused the stream or something for several minutes and it just played. Yeah, it makes sense if it was subconsciously, because it's such a cool concept. I love diving into this. Okay. Oh, I clicked on something. Oh, I clicked away one of the lore videos. Fuck. Give me 1 second. I love VTuber lore. It's so cool and exciting. It is. How are you doing? I'm doing great. I'm dying from heat though, but I'm doing amazing. I think this is a good place to have me refill my drink. Everyone, please go and hydrate. I don't know when ads are running. I don't even know if I can tell an ad to run. How hot is it over there? I actually don't know. Hey Google, what's the weather like? Yeah, it's about 30 degrees here, which, okay, so I know that a lot of Americans like shaming and flaming me for being like 30 degrees is hot, which is about like, I think it's like 85 or 86 degrees. And they're like, well, it's easily like 100 degrees here, which is for EU, well, it's like 40 something. I'm like, yeah, but your climate is like made for heat. The climate here is made for rain. So when it ever is hot, you just die. Yeah, 30 is so hot here. It's just like it's uncomfortable. Everything is like damp and sweaty and blah. So let me turn on the music. Oh, that's loud. And I'm gonna get a drink, and everyone else should hydrate too, especially if it's warm over there, and give me a few minutes. I'm back. Where's my full cam? Here's my full cam. Northern Europe is a wet place with brick houses, not dry with wood. Oh, yeah, that too. Like, our houses are made to keep heat in and like cold out. So when it's heat, like when it's hot outside, it's hi back, hi Lexi. It's liquid so close enough. Okay, so I refilled my water with like cold water from the fridge, not like the half warm water from the tap here, and I got an energy drink. I don't basically like cheap Red Bull, but this one has passion fruit taste. So like, okay, I am easy in regards, like, I saw a purple energy drink. And I'm like, I like purple. I got it. That's... I also have a purple bottle. So yeah, that's crazy. Restart my recording. Passion fruit flavor? Yes. Yes. Okay, let's see if I can... Ow, I clipped my nails yesterday, so I'm like that with blue. Yeah, right? Okay, wait. I know that people like the cracking of cans. I'm not very good at it, but I'm trying. Ooh, that's good. 6 out of 10 pop. I have no nails. I couldn't get any grip on it. Usually it sounds better. Also, I have a noise gate on, so it probably shed. Okay, so we just finished Nick. We can go to Alfhilde. Oh, this is crazy. So I just saw that my recommended on Lumi's video is just my own stream. That's funny. Would it be the same on next one? Yep, again. That's funny. It's just a few of the lore videos. I don't even know what this is. Call me Chris, Asmongold, music, and then, yeah. Nice. Okay, so now we have Alfhilde. This lore is good, by the way. This is like really good lore. Okay, oh, it's so warm outside. I am not a fan of this. Gatekeeping the pub. Okay, so I cannot just turn off the noise gate for 5 seconds. Okay, let's go. Oh, something in my eye. Weird. Am I sitting in the middle? I am. I'm still blue. What the fuck? Thumbnail's familiar? Yeah. Oh, Asmon's reacting to the Japan analysis video about the White Old Lady, I think. He reacts to so much stuff. He's going through VTuber rabbit holes, and I'm down for that. Do I need to sneeze? I feel like I need to sneeze. God damn it. Okay, well, fine. Oh, it looks so cool.
Valhalla.
She looks incredible. Just look at her. Let's just appreciate the detail on this. Like, she had her leg sliced off, her arm is just chilling over there. The other one is basically gone. And she has 1, 2, 3, 4 arrows and whatever else is poking outside of her leg over there. And like, she took all that, and it seems like that she she didn't die until she like actually started bleeding out and couldn't walk anymore. Compared to everyone else around her that is like wearing armor, this girl is so strong. It's impressive. Took an arrow to the knee. There's no arrow in the knee. She's built different, yes. So graphic as well. Oh, this visualization is so pretty. So good. Little Foxy! I love foxes. He looks so cool.
Is this truly it? The Hall of the Slain? Valhalla?
Yes.
Oh, his
Though it has
voice.
seen greater days.
Odin.
It's so soothing.
Allfather.
Welcome, Alfhilde, to Valhalla.
Ah, his voice is so
I did
nice.
not think myself worthy. I was, but a simple shield maiden.
You're not giving yourself any credit here, girl. You went into battle without armor as a woman, as a shield maiden. You took 4 arrows and you had 2 limbs sliced off and you still, like, basically went down until you bled out. The others, like, fell with 1 arrow. Like, obviously you're the only one that's worthy and the hall is empty because all of You're actual Giga Chat here, Alfhilde. Give yourself some credit. Damn.
One among many. I did not think the great Odin would ever see me worthy.
Few are worthy these days, as you see.
Forgive me for asking, Allfather, but I was always told that Valhalla is where all the great warriors go, where the gods live, and where the Valkyries serve. Where is everyone?
They're all gone. You are the last of my Henarier.
So what I didn't notice, this hall and how Odin is sitting like at the end of it as like the giant like spirit, god, whatever you want to call it. It's very similar to that hall that Lumi visited with Tapio. Like it might just be coincidental or just how those types of mythology are just built up and like visualized, or how they chose to visualize it. But what if like this hall with Odin and then Tapio aren't the only halls like this, with like gods slash important spirits sitting at the like command position of it? That's like part of this world building. And that we're not done seeing anything like this. That's just something that came to me because it was so similar that it could either be tied together or just how the art team decided to visualize both. Because in essence they're similar anyway. How religion is all but seen from the different perspectives. My instinct is to just assume everything is connected. Oh, for sure. Odin, more like Odin. God damn it.
How could that be?
I mean,
You are the last of my Henarier.
How could that be?
Times change. Humans find new gods. And then they forget.
so I was like right in the regard that Valhalla became empty and lost its power because people stopped believing and forgot about it, which is something I already thought was the case when I was looking at the trailer. and that guess was right. And maybe it was super obvious in the trailer, but it feels correct in a way. Like, I feel like with a lot of things, like if we just assume that we're in a universe, in a world where believing in something, like I said, like with the delusion and like mass delusion and everything, if enough people believe into something, it creates power to that thing, and it can actually manifest that thing if it wasn't there in the first place, but also empower it if it already was there, like a god. So when people forget about it, and that being thrived on that energy it got for like decades, hundreds of years, thousands of years, it starts to fall apart because it can no longer sustain itself. But it kind of needs to, because it's bigger than it was before. Because now he is in like now Odin is not just a god, he is the leader of the Valhalla realm and does a lot of things. He's responsible for a lot of things. So obviously it's gonna fall apart, and it seems, once he doesn't have enough power for it anymore. Gods gaining and losing power based on followers is a bit of a trope in fiction, so it makes sense, yeah. And especially like I feel like it's not just the following, but also how much people believe in it, but also how much people remember of it. And I think that's like part of what I think that's part of Alfhilde's lore, is that she wants to keep like history alive. And that's also what she does. Like if you go to her Twitter, she tweets out random history facts. Things that are from long ago, from like the era from which her character is from. And tries to keep those little tidbits alive. Like it's not just like the big things, but also the small things. Like, what did they eat? What was a good wedding gift for someone? I'm just making shit up right now, but they wore this color, and this color exactly for this specific reason. It's the small things that keeps something alive. Like we all know, like, the Colosseum in Rome was built, and there was some emperor stabbed at some point, but those are like small parts. Like we don't really know much more about like those times anymore, and especially like the average person. Even if the information is available, most people don't know it. Which in essence, like, because people forget, like you cannot believe in something that you don't know about. And it's such a powerful thing. And I like that even though this is like fictional lore and like stories about OCs, it still incorporates something so real in it, and that it also is like something that derives one of the members of AstraLine. That Alfhilde wants to like actually keep like the figurative magic alive of history and remembering. Not just believing, but remembering. That was a tangent and a half.
You gods. And then they forget. I am the last to leave this great hall, and I have overstayed my welcome. As all my children ascend, my time has come as well.
But there are still those who believe in you.
Wait, he says, all my children ascended, now it's my time to do it as well. That means that there is a place beyond the afterlife where gods go to, like the god afterlife, or ascending to another plane. Man, this became really meta. Okay, well that's not a can of worms I'm ready to open already.
There are still warriors that shout your name in battle. How can you disappear? You cannot. You are the All-Father.
Look at the smirk.
The one and true God.
Alfhilde, I watched your adventures with great amusement. Everywhere you went,
Oh, this is so beautiful.
wherever you traveled, you made people laugh. You inspired people. and you fought great battles alongside them.
Oh, it's so good.
And in the end, just like those legendary fools you looked up to, you died by facing death head on. You humans. Such brave creatures.
Where will you go, Allfather?
I haven't the faintest idea, child. Somewhere interesting.
I like that he doesn't know
Yada,
either.
yada, yada. As long as there's battles to be fought, there are souls that need to be guided.
There are no more Valkyries, so I suppose they will have to do with no guidance at all.
No! You cannot let that happen!
Oh, the music.
The Anariad of the future are lucky indeed to have such a determined Valkyrie.
What?
Let's go!
I waited for you because I knew you would be the right one. Not the strongest, nor the wisest. You are brave and kind. On Midgard, that means you die forgotten. But in Valhalla, that makes you exactly what I need. Carry it with kindness.
Oh, look at that. That's so cool.
Odinsdottir.
Just look at that.
Odin?
Oh. Look at how cool that looks. Wait, the fact that this all is like carved or painted on one of the pillars in Valhalla means that the humans, like the warriors that died and spent their time there before ascending to whatever is next, still wanted to record their history, even in the afterlife. Like, I doubt like either Odin or the Valkyrie did that. But damn. That's such a nice detail. Like, even if that doesn't really mean anything, it's kind of like cool to see that even in death, they wanted to record their history. And like most history, it's written by the victors. But this can be written by anyone because you go to Valhalla if you die in battle. So like whether you're lost or you're won, most likely lost because that's where the most people die. It's still history. Even in the afterlife. That's so cool. Oh, he's so cute. Look at him.
Even without the Allfather, still holds power? Of course.
Let's go! I love how she got a magical girl transformation into a Valkyrie. How'd she get a doggo? Look at how so cool she looks!
1,000 years did pass, and millions perished with it. For humanity will always find a reason to quarrel. And yet, Valhalla will always be there to welcome home the tired souls who fought in man's wars. So
it's filled again. I love how they put like old school Vikings next to people with like more modern military uniforms. Like there's a literal tank in the background. So like really show like, hey, warriors are not just people that fight with sword to sword. It's everyone that fights for their freedom, for what they believe in, and dies in battle. That's kind of a refreshing take.
Valhalla must always be there. I will see to that.
She looks so good in a uniform. It's actually crazy. Let's go! Oh look, it's my stream again. Oh, and this is Raylis' stream. Oh no, it's not his stream. It's quick lore. You had a similar thumbnail for a stream. Nice, congrats to construction. The construction guy for making it. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Oh no, never gonna continue with the good stuff. Oh, yeah, just bear with me. This is just for recording, okay? So the next one is Fredrik Knudsen, which we saw earlier in Lumi's lore, and it's the second to last one before we head on to Mary's. So enjoy. It's like the awkward part because most times I record offline, so I can just do that without feeling awkward. But I'm also on stream, so it feels like weird. Okay, what? Wait, I've got pings. See if it's important. No, it's just 3 pings from Shoto's server. Okay, let's go. Hey, don't buffer. Don't do that. That's not allowed. Okay. I love Fredrik's lore so much. Okay.
I have spent eons formless. I have seen time as one contiguous line until now.
It's so cool. I wonder that... So, like, I wonder what kind of creature Fredrik actually is. Like, he took a humanoid form, but he was born from, like, branches put together that turned into a human. So he's basically like Pinocchio, but more magical. Kind of cool. But he says that he has seen eons of time, and time doesn't really mean to him like it does to humans. And then he randomly turns into like an owl guy. So there's so much that we can still like figure out about Fredrik. About what type of creature he is, where he came from, what his purpose of existing is. Because usually with creatures that old, there's a purpose to their existence. And it's... And I like that one of the first things he decides to do is make either make an archive or visit one about human history and other like magical archival stuff. I lost my words there, but you get what I mean. Look at him, how pretty he is.
Books are such a human thing. The sword was a natural progression of the fist and tooth. But books are a replacement. A replacement for memory.
Just the subtle thing about his tone of voice, where you can tell that he doesn't quite understand what books are and what they're for. But he's like, yeah, it's a thing. I need to deal with that. So I'm interested, but I don't quite understand it. And I like how he takes advantage of his human form to understand it more and actually give it a chance. Like, he's skeptical and almost cynical in some ways, but also curious and amused.
Perfection that the human mind could never achieve. How can I understand this place if I do not suffer the
See?
same limitations, the same temptations? Histories of Egypt, histories of Rome, individuals of import. Man's greatest civilizations have so many stories. And with only 2 eyes, I can read them one at a time.
I like that he's like, with only 2 eyes, I can read them one at a time. And he phrased it in a way that's like, oh, it's like not a limitation, but it's a feature. Like, books and human stories can only be enjoyed to the fullest and understood to the fullest when looked at and like perceived from a human perspective. Like, a lot of creatures would think that you can only read one story at a time, like that's slow, and what purpose does that serve? But the way, like, look at how his facial expression is, and like the lack of like, I can only read one at a time. No, he says I can read them one at a time because that's what it's supposed to be. And that's like, details like that just can change the entire outlook on how something like this story develops. Because if he said like, oh, but I only have 2 eyes and I can only read them one at a time, like, I don't know, it just doesn't fit. Fat nuts. God damn it, Mary.
How delightful. This can't be a rift? I did not think this was possible.
Look at how concerned he looks. So many
Why
bugs.
did I not see this before? Or perhaps it is recent damage.
Oh, it's so cool.
If the rift has spread. No, it can't have. I would have known. This must be an isolated incident. Oh no.
This is so cool. Just look at that.
Open.
Just a random book portal. Just casual.
How's it
normal.
this deep? It's like somebody ripped out a hangnail.
Oh, look at the distortion on the books. It displays something. It's like a starry sky. Oh, it turns red. That's not good. Oh god. That's so aggressive.
A creature within the library? What is this feeling?
Oh yeah, he is experiencing human emotions.
I see now. You are a personal account.
I like how he immediately knows what to do. Superhero landing, let's
Fawning.
go!
Loathing. It is an account of Caligula. They are all contradictions. I see.
Oh, I like this part.
It is hatred.
I'm just gonna let it play for a bit.
Too much. It is too much. The rot.
Oh, look at that.
Is irreparable.
Is that like a world's tree? Or is it just like a tree representing the foundations of that archive in like a pocket dimension inside of it? Where you just went in and all those creatures are existing? Because assuming this is all in the same world, and Alfhilde has like a tree of life, like a life tree, in the background of her scenes, which is completely fair with her lore. I don't even know where I'm trying to get at. Let's just Let's go back a little bit.
It is too much.
I love the guys go to Las Vegas.
The rot. It is irreparable.
He's so defeated.
How foolish of me.
Look at him. He's just like, yeah, I'm done.
I thought a single biased account could cause this.
This is such a mood.
The limitations of being human. I saw too little, and so it ends in madness.
Yeah, so he realized that even though the best way to enjoy and understand human stories and history is to use literal two eyes, having only two eyes is going to focus on like one, maybe two things at a time, means that seeing the bigger picture is harder as well. And if you're not used to that, if you used to be like an all-knowing being in a way, you tend to forget because you're used to like, oh, I just know when it's wrong, so I could just trust my instincts. But it's not completely the case. So this just happened while he wasn't watching.
I have failed.
Oh.
Have you?
Ooh.
You. Caligula.
Not quite. More so a collective perception of him. All the contradictions as well.
The library
I
is
love
dying.
this part. It's so
Do you
meta
know
in a
what is
way.
causing it?
Haven't the faintest idea.
Then this is the end.
Really?
Another guy in a
That's
chair.
defeatist of you.
Like, this is different.
The mirage of an assassinated tyrannical emperor lecturing me.
It's quite good. Imported from a strange land to the east.
You are a peculiar amalgamation.
Everything written about me is incomplete, and the majority of what does exist is wrong. Unreconciled, this entire wing of the library will tear itself apart, and soon, so will the rest.
Then tell me, what manner of man were you? Who was the true Caligula? How am I supposed to rectify this without something, anything reliable about you? Is this history, created by the victorious, documented by the spiteful, archived by the ignorant, and reformed by the rapacious?
Spitting those bars.
Is it even limited to history? How deep does this human corruption of memory run? Is all of it a lie? All of it!
Okay, so in the trailer of their lore, you heard Fredrik screaming, is all of it a lie? All of it. But over the top of Fredrik and Alfhilde charging into battle with whatever is causing their reality from malfunctioning. So I was just thinking that he was like screaming that to Mary or something, but no, he's just screaming it to a echo of Caligula's existence based on how everyone else remembered him. So they quite got us with that one, which is really cool. Because it still worked and got the right idea, just in a different context.
Yes.
Is all of it a lie? All of it!
Yes. But in the writing of a memory, however incorrect, a new truth is born.
Oh god.
The sea of human recollection. The library. You are a part of it.
Let's go!
You are it.
Look. Hear me out. There's just a vibe here, okay? Let's move on.
Even if everything written about Caligula was incomplete, even if the majority of it was wrong, even if the majority of history is wrong, it is someone's lived experience, a narrative to make sense of reality.
So
The experiences of the elevated and the dispossessed are both real. but even when combined, they don't create a complete truth. History is not true.
This is
You can
so,
stop now.
so cool.
You can stop tearing apart your library.
So good. So good.
I carried the corruption into this place. But where did it come from?
Let's go. Mary! Ah, it's so good. Look at how pretty that is, by the way. So the music is so good. It's perfect. It's I need this. Also, the same guy that voiced Odin also did Caligula. That's kind of cool. AstraLine, that's so good.
It is.
So what I noticed though, and what I was trying to get at, is that there is like this giant tree base with all these roots. And then we see more of those roots going through the library. So assuming that this is in the same world as that Alfhilde is part of, where in the mythology they're like trees of life, like Yggdrasil. What if this library is like built inside the tree, or at the base of it, or like in a pocket dimension, like related to it? Because thematically, that would be such a beautiful thing to have the recorded history, the stories of humanity, the stories of life be inside the tree of life, or at least beneath it, or like close it, whatever. That would be so cool. And maybe it's not the tree of life, maybe it's a tree of life. Like in World of Warcraft, there are several. And there's so many details in this, and I just can't get over them. But at the end of Fredrik's lore, that does bring us to one more, and that's Mary's lore. And it ties it up so nicely, but not quite with the bow, because it's just the start. And YouTube keeps changing from live to not. I guess the storm that's happening messing with the internet. It might be a combination of things, because I'm streaming at ultra low latency. And that might cause issues, and I'm not completely sure. What was I looking at? Australian internet's also bad. Yeah, and it might also just be delays because you're in Australia and I'm in Europe. Oh god. Oh, I need to stretch a little bit. Make sure to take care of yourself, chat. You've been here for, I don't even know how long. 2 hours? Skill issue, goddammit. That's great, that's funny. Okay, let's see. Last video, Mary's. Oh, that's loud. We offended Wi-Fi, but also have the worst Wi-Fi. It's not fair. Oh god, that's crazy. Yeah, I need to like stand up and like stretch my legs a little. a second here. Let me... Before we move on to the last video, I just need... Oh. What the fuck happened? God. Oh, my window was open and it hit the thing. Oh, my camera is attached to. Oh, that's not working. I don't know why that's not working. Okay, well, I'll just stand back like a few steps, then you can see me. Hi. I have a standing desk. I never use this, but it's good for my back. But I just need to shake out my ADHD for like a second here, like England with trains. It's so okay. So I went to the Trash Taste live show on Monday. And they had everyone like fill out like a survey beforehand so they could use that in like a quiz. Oh, what the fuck? Hello? What happened? That's not good. Give me 1 second. Cable fell out. Possibly. Elgato's Elgone. Yeah, it is. I'm not sure what's wrong with it because all the cables are still in place. Still on. It might be the power, actually. How the fuck did that mess up? This is an interesting issue to have, to say at least. Oh. It happened again! I don't even know what hits what. Mary's messing with your Elgato. You know too much. Okay. That's still attached. Whoa. This is a weird issue. Because it seems to be something with the power because the lens went back in. So it says that it's off. But it's turned on. Like the button is turned on. Okay, so the lesson learned. Don't use the actual mechanics of your desk. Things just break. What the fuck happened? Let me turn on some music for you guys in the meantime. Okay, well, this. At least this happened between videos. this work? Now it's even weirder. Hello? So like, the annoying thing about a Elgato thing is you have to have the camera turned on before you open OBS, otherwise it doesn't work. However, now because it's disconnected, probably won't turn on again. Okay. If anything else fails, I'll just finish the stream with my VTuber model. This is weird. Okay. Why does this happen? I don't know how to fix this. Properties. Deactivate. Activate. Oh! Fix! Saved. Saved! Oh no, you can actually properly see what's in my background. You got mouse, Pepe, Ganymede, pork. Behind that is a plant pot of a panda, and the pant's dead. Booby, panda. There's some U-Sound merch over there. 2 gamer subscribes from Amarichu. No, not Amarichu. Yeah, Amarichu, not Amaru. Trash Taste, Mousy, Fresh Taste, Tokyo Girl, Ethel, Bradley, an unnamed penlight, not an unnamed penlight like from U-Sound, Sayu, more Tokyo Girl manga. These are some Minecraft creators. Oh, Minecraft creators. And down there you have a Horde, Windrider, a Marlock, and an Emerald Whelpling. And obviously some pandas. I fixed it! I'm so glad. I'm so glad. I thought I broke everything. I thought I broke everything. Oh, I did hit the camera. What the fuck? Okay. Oh, no, my hair is all flat. There we go. That was, music is not even playing. That's just crazy. Oh, it is. So low. It wouldn't be an Ezzy stream without scuff. It literally, it wouldn't. Now I need to make sure that I'm actually sitting in center again. I'm still so blue. I'm still so blue. That doesn't make any sense. Nice and ambient. Okay. Yeah, these headphones are not very loud. So I tend to turn things up louder than they should be for stream. Because I like things loud. Which does create problems. We're still Gucci. We're still Gucci. Okay. Let's close OBS. Okay. Display. Does that work? It does. Okay, poggers. Finally watch Mary's video. That took me like what, 10 minutes? They just decided to break everything. That's just crazy. Oh, let me turn off the music. That's a good idea. Yes. Oh, okay. Are you guys ready? It's Merry Christmas. That's great. Yeah. It's okay. Ready? Because here we go. Oh, they animated this so well. It looks so cool.
Since the beginning, we have told each other stories about things we saw, people we met, heroes we looked to in our darkest
Oh, we
hour.
saw these halls in his previous lore
And it is
videos.
through these stories that we have pushed ourselves in spite of our hardships.
Oh, look
to
at
live
those ink
another
dogs.
day,
They're so
and another,
morphed.
and another. And through eons we struggled ever onward, building towns, cities, and civilizations.
Look, it's a dog.
And we triumphed over nature. So why after everything does life feel so empty? We live, we struggle,
Oh, Internet
we
Explorer channel.
persevere, and then we win.
It's one of his webcomics.
And then we die. And then, if we are among the lucky few, we become a story. A fragment of us lives
Oh,
on.
look at him, chat.
Caricature of a fragment.
Oh, this looks so cool.
Prone to corruption, prone to bias, prone to change, until it is no longer us. Is this really the point of it all? To suffer a lifetime of hardship for only a small chance at becoming a story, only for our true selves to be forgotten.
Those are flashbacks to his previous lore videos.
No. I refuse. To my very core, I refuse this fate.
Of the
I
glitch effect.
refuse. I refuse! I will not let humanity suffer this fate while the gods of these lands revel in eternity. I will not. I will not. I will not! Stories make
Oh,
sense.
it's so
the
good.
heroes may suffer, but always for a purpose. The villains may get the upper hand, but they always get what they deserve.
I love that they kept in Mary's breaths. Like, just to give it a little bit more emphasis. Like, you can just hear him taking his breath and like, there's so much I'm feeling and I want, like, I have just power behind it. It's so good.
But in real life, villains win and are free to parade themselves as heroes, while good people suffer and die, forgotten and alone.
Oh, it's so good.
Where is the sense in that? Are we supposed not to question this? Why is it that stories make sense and reality does not?
Oh, this is so
I don't
good.
understand. I don't understand it at all. Someone in a story once said, "If you do not like the world, then change it." So I will. If life does not live up to fiction, then I will change it so that it will.
Oh,
These lands have
yes.
seen our story since the dawn of all, only a layer removed from reality. They know our hopes and dreams, our nightmares and struggles.
Look at that. It's so pretty.
No.
How is this possible? He embodies delusion.
So you came, guardians of the Summerlands. You came.
How is he doing this? What delusion could be strong enough to break through the barrier between the planes of existence?
Hope. It's hope.
Oh, yeah. So, like, hope is one of the greatest sources of delusion, if you think about it. Because when people have hope, they stop being rational. And sometimes that's what they need to get through hard times. But it also creates, like, a warped perspective on the real world that your sense of reality just changes. That your hope that in this case things can be better than they are, and your hope that you can change it, or at least make a change, completely like distances yourself from what actual reality is. And that's like the biggest illusion of them all. That's deep? Yes. I love this so much. And like if you think about it, like a lot of villains become villains and do like Avengers level. But if you think about it, like a lot of villains become villains and create Avenger level threats because they want to rule the world. They want to be king of it all, or they want to destroy everything. But for Merry, he wants it to be better, and he has hope that it can be better, and he has hope that he can make it better. Thus creating the delusion. Like he isn't becoming the bad guy because he wants to destroy everything. He becomes the bad guy because he goes so far into the good guy direction that he just circles right back and actually puts everyone in danger. Like he isn't actually making things better. He went too far. It's worse. And I love that. Oh.
It's hope.
What are you doing, Nick?
This is what I feared.
What is?
We are moments away from a total collapse of reality.
What do you mean? What's gonna happen?
Oh.
I have absolutely no idea.
Look at him, he's at
No longer
loss.
will I let heroes remain caricatures corrupted by memories. No longer will I let lifetimes of hardship and disappointment and death burden humanity.
You aren't the first to try this!
Let us all live on, forevermore.
Causality will not survive this! Alfhilde!
What?
Oh.
I may not be a god like you, Alfhilde Odinsdottir, but I am the writer of this story, and I can write whatever ending I want.
Oh, that's so honest. I like
Let
that.
fiction and reality be one.
You'll tear both worlds apart!
Oh
As
god.
it always should have been.
That's right, I just leave us. They just leave it at that. Oh my god. This isn't just an origin story, it's a setup for something so much bigger. Oh my god, and this is just the start. It's so good. It's so good. Wow. Okay, let me wrap up the recording for the video real quick, and then we can just go over everything. I think I have like an hour and a half still, so we can go into everything. So, I don't know. We'll just try and figure as much out as possible. With that's okay. Throats, not great. The beauty of AstraLine is that they want to tell a story, but also focus on storytelling in their own ways. Like every single one of these members has a type of storytelling they're attached to. Like Merry is a writer, and Fredrik Knudsen is an analyst, while Nick more dives into the unfiction or fiction of like things that are technically not real but presented in a real way. Okay, that's not great. Okay, let me try it because I had a good thing going, but it just wasn't working. Like, Mary is the writer, while Fredrik is more of an analyst, like a researcher, and Nick is more like a decoder, and Alfhilde is about the actual history. All different types of stories, all different types of storytelling, all equally as important as one another. And I feel like those things together can really make things. Oh, I completely forget Lumi, by the way. I just love Lumi. Lumi is just vibing. Lumi is just vibing. But I just think that because they all have their strengths and passions, but also something they're uniquely good at, that will change how we perceive fiction in a way. Like, I'm not gonna say that they're gonna change the world of fiction completely, but it can offer a new perspective on how storytelling can work. And I feel like that's just something we kind of needed in the content creation spheres. Like, we have VTubers with that lore, like we had that for a while now, and that's so cool. But combining that with like regular content creation, where obviously Nick and Fredrik both came from, and combining the best of both worlds, but also combining the best of all types of storytelling, it can create something unique and new and like deep. And I am so down for that, because it goes so far beyond just lore, because it is more than that. And I feel like that's why I want to leave it off for this one. Like, they left it off at a cliffhanger, which is super open-ended. Like, we can go anywhere from this, and there's so much to speculate about. But we don't have to right now, because it will just unfold over time in its own time. And that's the beauty of it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. So that's that recording done. Let me reset the recording. Okay. So now we're done with that. Fredrik's videos are also narrated in an almost storyteller type of way, next to a sort of. Yeah, that's also true. Okay, so few things. So like where is it? Here's Fredrik's story. Here's Fredrik. Here, where he is talking about. Okay, let me just do this. He was the one that brought in the corruption. And it's like, I carried the corruption into this place. And the corruption was all about how it was like... Okay, wait, let's start over. So he carried the corruption into his library. And I don't know whether that corruption influenced him or it just amplified something he already felt. But let's just go with the corruption influencing him on top of something he kind of already felt. So like both. And it was completely about how stories are incomplete. That a lot of stories are just stories and not like accurate accounts. And that they can create a warped version of reality, of what is real, of the actual happenings. And that was destroying the library. But when he like was like, how did I get that? You hear Mary whisper stories or something of the like. Let's see.
I carried the corruption into this place. But where did it come from?
Stories.
Yeah, you can hear Mary whisper that. And then he turns around, whatever that was is gone. And then at the end of Mary's video, let's see. I don't know where it is exactly, but he says he's tired of stories being corrupted and twisted by like the writings of the victors. I don't know where it is exactly. So that kind of like works together with that corruption piece that Fredrik was holding. Like, the corruption had the same basis, just a different motivation. No, not even a different motivation. It was the same. Let me turn on the music again. So where is it? It was probably earlier. I don't know what it was exactly, but basically he was saying things like that he wanted to like change that stories were like warped because it didn't hold all the truths. And that our perception of things was also changed by who wrote it, and like it's always like a victor's perspective. So you can tell that Fredrik like picked up that corruption from Mary, or in a way like related to it. Might be going out on a limb here, but maybe the corruption didn't originate in Mary, because we saw how he carried that corruption inside the library and was affected by it, like even if he did or did not agree with it. So what if the same goes for Mary, that he found a shard of corruption, and because he believed in it, it only amplified it? And though it manifested in something dangerous for Fred, he could solve it. But because Mary's delusions were already like graded to begin with, it grew so badly, like to this size. Because if we have to believe what was said in Nick's video, that everything started in March 2022. Okay, what was in March 2022 for Fred? I think his last video was from before that. Yeah, this video is from before that. Yes, in 2021. So that's not that. So that's Fredrik Knudsen, the other channel. It's even older. Community 7 months ago. That doesn't work. It's more like a year ago. Doesn't say a date. Great. Yeah, a year ago. I don't know. So a year ago, he talked about a new rabbit hole. It never came out. So what if that was around the same time frame? So that's, I don't know, if they're referencing things that are not originally part of the lore, just real life events. And I'm gonna fully treat their entire agency like an ARG. With like clues like that. When is this last Patreon update? September 2nd. Okay, so this was all from this year. So what was in March last year? He's actually quite active on Patreon. So there were some progress updates. Nothing major. Oh, this one this year. Wait, what the fuck? I need 2022. I need to go farther down. Yeah, I'm gonna fully treat this. Okay, this is not loading. Come on, let's go. Let's go down. The updates actually quite often. What the fuck? So, March last year. Was just this miscalculations. Yeah, so that nothing major on that. This seems to be just related to Mary. And I'm not gonna go back in what Nick did back then because it was not related to him. Okay. So what else is there? Okay, so Mary said there are more details in Lumi's video than most people work out. You know, we might actually just start easy. What is the Summerlands? Let's just start there. Like, that's like... So, okay, so it's Wiccan related. It's a name given by Theosophists, a religion established in the United States. During the late 19th century, it was founded primarily by the Russian Helena Blavatsky and draws its teachings predominantly from Blavatsky's writing, categorized by scholars on religion as both a new movement and... Wait. Close these videos just to have less tabs open. So who is this woman? Categorized by scholars as religion as both new religious movement as part of the occultist stream Western esotericism. Okay. It draws upon both older European philosophies and Indian originated religions such as Hinduism. Okay, that's to be expected because Russia is both in the EU and in Asia. The logo is a mess. That logo is a mess? Oh, okay, so this is just a whole bunch of spiritual imagery. No, I don't want this shit. Okay. Alright, well, the term Summerland is used without a definite article, duh. Also called the astral plane heaven. Okay, here we're going somewhere. It's depicted as where souls who have been good in their previous lives go between incarnations. So it's kind of like the afterlife, but not quite. So, okay, so it makes sense why Valhalla is over there. Maintained by a host of planetary angels serving Sanat Kumara, the Nordic alien from Venus. Jesus. Who the sophists believed is the governing deity of Earth and leader of spiritual hierarchy of Earth. Okay, well, what's Sanat etheric body for 18 million years. Jesus Christ. Well, that's going very deep. Okay, astral plane I don't need. The higher level of heaven called the dwelling of the gods. Also called the mental plane heaven. But not all souls reach, which some, not all souls reach between incarnations. The final permanent eternal afterlife heaven to which Theosophists believe most people will go millions of billions of years in the future after our cycle of reincarnations and this round is over, is called Nirvana. Okay, so that's like complete enlightenment. So that might just be whatever Odin is going to, like the thing beyond the afterlife. It's located beyond the physical cosmos, okay. So like a version of Nirvana might be where Odin went to. I was an alien from Venus Nordic. I don't know. Something I didn't want to mention in the video was I just found it funny that Yusan has a song, an original song called Summerland. Summerlands? Summerland or Summerland, something like that. And they also have lore that's written by Mary. That is related though. There are a lot of words in here that I don't understand. Okay, let's Tapio Finland. Okay, here we go. Is a Finnish forest spirit or god in Finnish mythology? And just pray to him beforehand. His wife is the goddess of the forest. Mieliki is the father of Anarchy, Lorvo, Niriki, the god of hunting, and Tuliki. I'm butchering that, I'm sorry. Fitting the green man archetype, Tapio has a beard of lichen and eyebrows of moss. Michael Agricola mentions Tapio as a Hephaestian god in the prologue of his Finnish translation of the Book of Psalms. He lends his name in the form of Tapiola to one of the major urban centers in the city of Espoo, south of Helsinki, an incorporated community in the US. Okay. Okay. Tapio Bear King, ruler of the forest. Okay, so that's... So they're definitely lending from several religions. Which kind of make me think that all these religions just exist next to one another. So the fact that like the Tapio from the Finnish mythology, but also Odin and like Valkyries from the more like general Nordic mythology can coexist implies that things like Greek and Roman religion also coexist. I'm still of the opinion that Greek and Roman religion is just the same thing with different names. So they're the same group of people, just whatever you decide to call them. Then I wonder. So like, we have like a Nordic / Swedish religion, mythology for Alfhilde. We have Finnish one for or sorry, I've got crumbs in my throat. Ogado, what the fuck? You know, I'm actually fuck my camera. Give me 1 second, chat. If this allows me to do something. Okay, well, I'm gonna wing this. The fuck? Why is it doing that? There we go. Oh, because it's still active in OBS, it doesn't work. Let me restart this. I cannot see chat right now because I have too much open. Why is it not working? I love the background. Thank God, I got it from Ezzy. Finally saw a small Ezzy in my life. My life is complete. I used this model a grand total of 2 times. I don't understand why it's not picking up. As he's staring at me, just I'm sorry. Yeah, but the Elgato is like the camera is working. Like the camera's working again. It should be here. There you go. This is also broken. This should be the easiest part. It says tracking active. It's not. Okay. I don't understand why it's not working. Technology is so confusing. Yup. You know? Might even be easy to fix just the camera itself. There we go. That's just weird. Okay, well, let's continue. I'm sorry for the scuff. Wait. Okay. So I was saying we have like Swedish mythology for Alfhilde, of our general Nordic ones. Finnish for Lumi. And then we have as a specific figure Caligula for Fred. So like what's up with Caligula? Caligula wiki. What's his deal? I see. I'll go now. Thank you for streaming. Have a good time. So thank you for stopping by, Saki. I really appreciate it. So like, what specifically, like, why is Caligula the thing that Fred got hooked up on? Like, why is this so wrong? Little boot. Okay, so it is Gaius Julius Caesar, the quiet nickname Little Boot, a military boot from his father's soldiers during their campaign in Germania, which is closer, like, this is like the general area closer to where Alfhilde and Lumi are from, because they're like this stuff. Open a new tab. That's so small. What the? Oh, they're living like closer over here. So they were over here, and that's where I got his nickname from. And like he could have just be called Julius Caesar in the lore, but he wasn't. Like I need to like read up to realize what his greatest significance is. Legalize this corn. Probably because he's a historical figure with so many conflicting opinions who he was in life. He's an example of what's wrong with history, I guess. Yeah, I guess maybe he was like a good example. And like a well-known one. So legacy. Yeah, the fact and circumstances of Caligula's reign are mostly lost to history. Two major literary sources contemporary with Caligula have survived: the works of Philo and Seneca the Younger. Philo's works on the embassy of the Gaius and Flaccus, which give some details on Caligula's early reign, but mostly focus on events surrounding the Jewish population. Okay, well that's... his sister wrote an autobiography. Yeah, it might just not be much deeper than he was a good example of what's wrong with history, which does put things in like perspective. Because we don't know like what the timeline is in Fred's lore, but he was like a being that has been around for a long time. And obviously that his transformation from whatever being to a like owl man stick puppet happened after books became a thing, because books being a memory replacement, etc., is what is canonically in his lore. So this also puts him beyond that point in time, because what happened with the corruption, it didn't happen before this stuff. I'm losing my train of thought. I'm thinking so hard. I'm kind of if that makes sentences. So like it had to be long enough for the actual life of Caligula being lost in history, and considering this is like 2,000 years ago, so let's at least say 1,000 years ago. Like, I want to establish that because if you think about it logically, this happens around the same time as Merry first showed his corruption, because it looks like Merry's corruption is what caused Fredrik's corruption. But I'm not so convinced of that. Because Fredrik brought in corruption to the library. And it came from stories. Like, maybe stories in and of itself are corrupted. And either Merry and him got the same corruption, he got the corruption from Merry, or they independently from one another got it. Maybe there's some time shenanigans going on. Yeah, I at least know that the start of Alfhilde's lore happened like 1,000 years ago. And the fact that Alfhilde and Fred are like teamed up together to face Merry. Like, it shows there's like some kind of connection between the two. Let me go back to full screen. So if like both their main story happened around 1,000 years ago, would make sense, or at least in the last 1,000 years. Especially, like I said, that his library seems to be at like the base or like connected to one of the trees of life, and that's like a thing that's inherently connected to Alfhilde's origins. So it wouldn't be too far-fetched to see that they're connected in a way. Okay, what else is there? And like for Lumi, it's hard to say. I think the most dating thing would be the dresses that they're wearing, the dresses that her grandma wears. Did she say something about her age in her debut? Lumi VTuber. In her debut. Videos. Yeah, she had a okay, so she just says her birthday, but she doesn't say her age. So she can be a very old spirit. What's this? Oh, I got a spray. Okay, great. I'm typing this in Dutch because I don't know what it's called in English. In Dutch we call it klederdracht, which is like traditional clothing. Not really what I'm looking for. Traditional clothing. Oh, you cannot. Oh, sorry, you cannot see it. Sorry, you couldn't see what I was doing. I sometimes forget to swap between. Because okay, Lumi's lore video. I feel like fashion for costume. I don't know if that's exactly it. I feel like that, like these dresses. Finnish traditional. What the fuck? Why do I have 7 notifications? Let's see. Finish racial clothing over time. Yeah, it's what you came up with. This, it's like appreciated, but it's not exactly what it is, I think. So is there like I need to help date it. Okay, so it's a region specific almost. Like I said, I'm treating this like an ARG and I'm looking at the details. That's not. So this looks similar. This looks similar. Your Nakala costume? Okay, so that looks like it, but it's not quite it. I feel like there's a chance that I'm gonna get lost in like some Finnish fashion rabbit hole about this. Okay, well, that's not really leading anywhere right now. It probably goes a lot deeper than I can find without proper knowledge. So, okay, Finnish mythology. Blue flames. Will-o-wisp. Well, it's not ghost lights. Let's see. Oh, this is pretty. What the fuck? Blue fire. They're not Draugr. They're like shadow creatures. Mythology, shadow creatures. Around the dead of the underworld. Good and bad people is the same as the dead wander the afterlife. Shadow like ghosts. Also, they're dead people? Oh. Okay, so because the Summerlands is a type of afterlife, those shadow creatures are just spirits. Okay, that's one thing. That's okay, we got somewhere. So they're not enemies. They're just bad spirits. Or at least corrupted spirits. Yeah, Draugr are basically zombies. Well, these are more like ghosts. Yeah, so what it said here somewhere is the Tuonela is described as being whatever. It said it somewhere. Okay, and she also said like a few Finnish phrases. I want to know what those mean. Itu Satana. Google will translate. Okay. Ooh. English to Finnish. Itu Satana. Other way. Damn the devil. Okay. Oh, like, oh, damn the devil, like, I'm not gonna let bad feelings get the better of me.
But first, breakfast. Time to go hunt. Ow! Good morning, Grandma. I'm keeping the best version of myself today.
Oh. Mitäs vittua? Oh, what the hell? Okay, that's... Oh, those look... Yeah, they actually look like other wolf people.
Oh no! Are you okay? Where are you from? You're a strange one.
Does it say what they're called? Because I kept being distracted by these little lads.
And the wolf, right? Oh, no problem.
To be something like that. I don't know.
No problem with your own forest, Lumi.
There seems to be something like that. I don't know what's happening. This has never happened before. Or maybe...
Come on!
I don't know.
I know there's like a how do you call it? Keybind to make it play faster.
Are safe. As long as the blue flame flickers, shadows cannot touch this place.
What are they?
They are ancient beings, I suppose. Once like you and I.
Yeah, ones like you and I. So they're just like spirits of dead people that are corrupted.
But they fell long ago. Now they feed on grief and loneliness.
Grief? Loneliness?
Your grandmother was a caretaker.
So what is the Eternal Forest mythology? Okay, well, the Finnish mythology afterlife. Yeah, okay, Shift plus, speed up, and Shift Oh, shift plus point, shift plus comma. Okay, yeah, thank you. Thank you, Realist. Hi, by the way. So I assume that like the Eternal Forest thing is like just whatever she made of the Finnish afterlife, and those spirits are whatever this is. Okay. Dude, if I ever have the time, I'll just buy like some like Finnish and Nordic mythology in a nutshell shit. Just to read up on it because it's actually really interesting. Fuck me. There's so much I can actually like think about. There's YouTube videos on the topic. Oh, that might just be, but I like reading. And I like putting bookmarks and stuff. Raylish, did Lumi ever say what like happened again? The fuck? It's the third time. Okay, well that's weird. Well, at least I know how to quickly fix it now. Okay, but Raylis, do you remember if Lumi ever said, or someone else ever said what type of creature Mr. Finland is? Because even if it's made up, it might still have like some clues. Like, I'm so many Wikipedia pages deep. Let me see if I can find something else. Summerlands. It's a movie? No, that's not related. Nino Kuni. God. Yeah, so far I can just find it's a type of afterlife. But I'm failing to see what that has to do with like reality and fiction. Because it's just a different plane of existence. Like, what does it have to do with stories per se? Aside from like with Alfhilde, that the world has more power because people believe in it. Maybe it's an in-between realm? Yeah, because they did say that there is like something beyond that. That's maybe the true afterlife. So maybe the Summerlands is not just an afterlife, but like an alternate plane of existence where like the more magical stuff happens. And so with Nick, he lives on Earth, implying that like magical stuff can still happen on Earth. And we saw Lumi in one of the Merryweather Media, how do you call it? Meetings in Mary's Last Lore. So that at least implies that Lumi can move between worlds. Unless that's no longer canon, of course. Or just a detail that I shouldn't think too much about. I'm too... that better? It's too much. There we go. That's better. Why am I? Why is it so dark in here suddenly? The fuck? Okay. So how does it tie in with Merry? Like, Merry had this thing going on inside of his head for a long time, which wasn't really explained why that was, like, something that happened. Like, it just seemed like he was actually going insane. And then when his different forms, like, reassembled, integrated again, he lost his active memory of it. So maybe because he lost his active memory, but then, like, found the dog army again, and his pen. Like, he did literally, like, splice open reality as we knew it to form that castle to begin with. But that was maybe to begin with out of this dissolution, of delusion. Because he was like, well, I remember this existing, so I'm gonna make it up so it becomes real. Like, he was so sad that it wasn't actually real that he made it up to make it, like, real. Because even the Dark Army seems still be distorted. It's like they weren't creatures that, like, actually existed. It seems to be a figment of his imagination, quite literally. Which is part of his power, because he can, like, bend reality to his will, but it's kind of died. No, not died. It kind of broke down. And so then we have also that at the end of Merry's lore, before he created a castle, but after he already saw one of the Dog Army again, slightly regaining his memory, he met Fredrik in a forest. That forest we have not seen, by the way, but it might just, like, be the area around his library. We don't know. Well, you said you're early, too early. But we never really got an answer for, like, early for what? Like, that's, like, still a big thing. Because that is a possibility of where Fredrik might have picked up the corruption, because Merry already started corrupting at this point, but it was only small. So, like, if there was, like, a small leftover bit, you could have, like, easily caught that, like, as if it's like a virus. But at a later point, Fred did seem to recognize Merry, but it was not completely clear why. But he never elaborated on it. Fucking camera died again. What the fuck? Unstable shithead. I don't know what keeps happening. It's annoying. Okay, he's making a fourth wall break reference. Yeah, but, like, then why is Fred telling Merry that Merry is early? It would be Fred that's early. Like, what did Fred know at that point in time? Because that was before his library corrupted. Because from the moment he saw that it was corrupted till it was resolved, he was, like, we saw the whole thing. He never left the library. So it's either before that or after. So if it's after his library corrupted, then that means that he didn't get the corruption from Mary. If it was before his library corrupted, he could have gotten it from Mary. God. There's so much. Like, what in God's name was... What are the details in Lumi's lore video that Mary says people didn't catch? Wait, one detail is let's see. Is that Lumi oh, well, no. Let's see. Earlier? Is that here? Somewhere she finds a door. Like, maybe I shouldn't think about it too much. But, like, she finds this door and goes through it. And it's the exact same door that Nick uses to teleport to the Summerlands. So what if it's the same type of magic that Nick uses? Because they do meet up and become a duo together in both their lores. I like the general lore. Like, it's Nick and Lumi that are together, like, connected, and Alfhilde and Fred. It's unclear why. I feel like those team-ups are deliberate. I also feel like them using this door animation on Lumi's lore as well as on Nick's lore is deliberate. Like, it could just be that they found an acid and decided, like, yeah, let's fuck it, let's do it. I feel like I need to read up on Tapio what he did. I like the show, the Corrupted Forest. We'll definitely learn more about why that's relevant. Because the Corrupted Forest is what made her find Mr. Finland. Who led her to Tapio. Who put Lumi on the path to follow Mr. Finland more, which is how she found the castle. But that didn't explain anything about why that corrupted forest is relevant. Like, even though the corruption is like all purple, it doesn't mean that all corruption is related. I don't know. I genuinely don't know. But I feel like this is a good place to end this because I'm kind of like out of ideas right now, and I feel like I need to research more before I have anything, and then I can focus on like editing the video and making sure that it's all great. My camera died again. I'm probably reading too much internet, but maybe Mr. Finland is an embodiment of the country Finland. It might be. I don't know. I don't think it would be. Like, the name is also not fallen yet in this video, so I don't know. We know it's called Mr. Finland because she called it out, and it's in the credits, but otherwise, not yet. So my camera died again, and that's not great. I am not a fan of that. Hello, please. I don't know why that keeps doing it. Honestly, it might just be that the thing is overheating. But yeah, this is where I'm gonna end the stream, I think. So I plan on going live on Twitch tomorrow. And then do another lore stream next week for like general indie lore. Like just to watch some stuff that I have yet to catch up on. So if you I have so many crumbs on my desk. So if you want to send in like videos you want me to watch on stream, you can go to my Discord. I don't think I have a Discord command that works, sadly. Let me grab the link. So you can all join my Discord if you want to. There's a channel for VTuber lore videos where you can just put in VTuber lore videos, which I check out for videos and for streams. You are even free to plant your own lore there if you have a lore video. Just have it be like either a Twitch or a YouTube video, just for safety reasons. But yeah. This was a good stream. I hope I could explain as much to you as I could and give you a bit more insight from my perspective on the lore. Considering the only thing I had on everything was Raylis' commentary, of which he couldn't say too much because he was under NDA, and just my own insights. I'm bouncing off what you guys said. So I really appreciate everyone, and also the person that went to the AstraLine Twitter to shout out my stream. That was that was nerve-wracking, but thank you. And yeah, I'll see you on Twitch, like twitch.tv/Ezzydesu. This is work that doesn't work as a link. That's crazy. I really need HTTPS. Whatever. That's where I'll likely be tomorrow somewhere. And yeah, it was fun to watch. Thank you. It was great. Had a lot of fun. Thank you. I really appreciate people coming in and like new people and people I see in my comments on like on other streams as well. I really appreciate it. I must never chat anywhere. This was a lot of fun. That means a lot to me that I could like give you that. So yeah, I'm gonna do a lot of back-end research. It was Mary barking at me. Why was Mary barking at you? That's oh. Apparently I do get like pop-ups for ads, but they're like in the bottom left corner, so I don't see them. Because I skipped the ad that was gonna run in a minute. But yeah, I'm ending anyway. So check out my Twitch, check out my Discord. I'll make a waiting room for someone next week just to watch other lore that's unrelated to AstraLine. If I do have stuff that I want to say about AstraLine, I'll just mention it. Yeah. I wish that I come to a point where I can dedicate like a lot of time every week just to researching like mythology and everything, just to like dive deeper and stuff like this, and also other franchises. Sadly, I'm not at that point yet, but I do like using my free time on that. I really like doing it, like also live on stream. Oh, that you're streaming? That's sweet. That's adorable. That's actually that's actually sweet. Yeah, I'm gonna end. See you guys later. Bye.